Representing the catamaran category, the Insetta Boatworks 45 has an overall length of 47 feet, a beam of 11 feet 8 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 1,400. Built for virtually unlimited range and capability, she has a draft of 29 inches, a dead rise of 17 degrees, a dry weight of 12,500 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 450 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts, Dave East and Rick Riles.
Now we're going to check out the Insetta 45, and Rick, you know catamarans have a special place in my heart, and before today, I'd never ridden this boat, but man, after we ran through that rough stuff at the inlet, this boat blew me away.
No bite is too far away. No fish is too big to catch. This is the limit of the unlimited class. Does that make sense?
It made total sense, and most of the boats that we've tested, well really all the boats we've tested so far in Best Boat have been outboard powered. This is our first diesel powered boat. Catamarans typically don't like a lot of weight up on the nose of the boat anyway. So when you put all that extra weight in the transom, they absolutely love it. It makes the boat ride better and they just excel.
Man, oh man, I can't imagine it riding better than having the CG as low as they do in this boat.
Well, we could do a whole episode on just this boat. We've got a lot of things to look at on the interior design, so let's get started. We see a lot of boats with bow seating, and this is really not bow seating. This is a bow living room. In a Cat, the beam comes all the way forward. Look how much more area you have to make some super, super comfortable seating. And not only that, you've got a lot of good storage in here. Under this lounge, you've got storage. I've got additional storage up there. Under the front deck, you actually have two small berths, and the AC can be run from the cabin up there. So you could literally have two people in the cabin. You could have two people under the front deck and those berths on either side. There's a lot of room in the front of this boat.
Okay, let's take a trip back and go inside the cabin. You can show me what you're talking about.
Rick, come check this out.
Wow, what now, Dave? Wine, cheese, flowers? You're making me really uncomfortable.
Well, you know, for a couple of fishermen to be in here, yeah, but you know what? A lot of wives that do go fishing with their husbands now, we see it more and more. A lot of the boats that we see on the water, a wife can look at this cabin and go, wow, I can see spending a weekend or longer in this boat. AC, sink, you've got a potty, you've got a comfortable bed. This is a boat where you could take the family out. All right, now let's make our way to the cockpit of the boat, and I'll show you the area that you're gonna like as a fisherman.
Hey, let me tell you something. Before you take off to the back, you've got to check out this helm. Your screens are right here. Every switch you can reach from the helm seat. It just couldn't be any nicer.
Well, you can't actually reach that helm seat from here. You're far away from the steering wheel, but I can fix that. Watch this.
Well, wait, my legs are getting longer. Hold on. This can't be good. Is that cool?
Well, you're behind a nice wraparound windshield. They put two little vents up here because in the summertime, not having a windshield that open, that's gonna get hot. You open these two vents and you can get some cross ventilation in here. It's gonna keep it from getting absolutely sweltering. But let's say you're getting really, really nasty weather. They actually have wings too that can go on the side of the console, and now you're in almost like a pilot house.
You missed the best part.
What's that?
You've been standing here all this time, you missed the best part. You know what that is? Cabin AC vents. How good is that?
Well, you know what? If you had the wings on here and you had the AC blowing in your face, even if they weren't here, that's just enough to lower the temperature to make it comfortable.
Absolutely make it comfortable. They dialed this console in beautifully. You know about me and my fly bridge, how much I love being up where you can see. And it's a fact, for every foot you can raise yourself off the water surface, you can see so much further. All these controls, the machines, everything, you got a second station up forward that you can spot fish from. See, Dave, what a perfect place to rig your baits and lay your lures out, not to mention a live well under each side.
Not only that, they've got two areas where they let the water in with one outflow. And what that does is, a live well this tall, it's not good to just bring the water in at the top or just bring the water in at the bottom because you really don't get a good overturn of the water. When you have two intakes like that, you turn that water over. I mean, when the little fish are in there swimming around, they're gonna put stuff in the water that you don't necessarily want. And if you only have one intake, it just doesn't flush the water through.
These guys can keep blue runners, goggle eyes, anything like that, alive until they're old and gray. Gosh, we got a lot of room back here.
Well, the reason you do is, look, like we said earlier, this boat's diesel powered. The engines are down below inside the bilge. The entire cockpit, it's huge. Cockpit on this boat, if you compare it to a sport fisherman, would have to be what, a 50-foot sport fisherman?
Close to it, yeah. You can fish a much bigger crew on this boat than you could a monohull the same size.
Another thing to check out, they've got a walk-through transom. remove that piece of plexiglass, and you walk out onto this enormous swim platform. If you do catch that great big fish that you're always bragging about, how easy would it be to gaff him there and slide him through?
Very easy. Now, I tell you, I like having that extra area without outboards hanging back there getting in the way.
If you happen to do pull some fish through that door, they put 4 fish boxes in the floor. The fact that they're separated, that means you don't have a big giant one that's going to eat up all your ice. You can segregate your fish. Instead of icing down a huge fish box, 4 smaller individual ones is just a better way.
I think we summed it up at the very beginning, Dave. No fish too big, no bite too far away. Okay, that's a